What's going on, everyone? It's RGB back here again. Hope you're all having a great day today. And today we're looking at something that sounds almost unreal. The first ever PS4 emulator has finally arrived on Android. For years, we've seen emulators for consoles like the PSP, PS2, and even the PS3 make their way to mobile devices. Well, not anymore. This is ShadPS4 for Android, a port of the popular PC emulator that's still under active development. In this video, we'll go through the setup, test a few games, look at the performance, and see whether this emulator is the real deal or just an early experiment. So here I have already installed the ShadPS4 Android version. Right now, it's in the early beta stage, and it's ported from the original PC version. So let's see. Now let's open the emulator. All right, so this is the interface. Also, the language here is in Portuguese. Right. Now here we need to import the titles. Here we have the add icon to import the game ROM files. You can import a game folder or install the ROM package as well. Now let's add the folder. So here I have some game packages. Let me quickly show you. Go to the path where you copied the ROMs. Here are the files, and they should be in package format. Or, if you have the files in a compressed format, you need to extract them into a folder. Or if you have previously already extracted the ROM package using a package editor on PC, which I showed in that PC setup video, the same process applies. You can directly use that game folder, and in the path, the files will look like this. Like, here's the main game boot file. Now, let's add this folder to the emulator. Allow folder access, and that's it. It's imported. Or, you can install the ROM package file from here. Now, I'll simply add this ROM. The installation process will take a couple of minutes, depending on the game size. It's okay for small size titles. If you try to install a large PS4 ROM package, the app will crash. So, the direct copy method is recommended. Now let's long press on it. Alright, so here we have the ROM details. ID version and firmware version. Of course, the options are quite similar to what we've seen in the PC version. Here you can erase the game data or delete the game. So anyways, let's jump to the actual part. Go to Configuration Settings. Here we have various settings. So let's translate a bit here. So here we have Appearance. Here you can set the interface theme to dark or light mode and other related settings. Let's go to General Settings. Here I'll mostly leave everything at default because I don't want to mess things up for now, as it's still in the early stage. Go to CPU. Here, the CPU backend is set to x64 JIT mode for emulation. Let's go to logging level. Leave it at default. We have debugging and controller settings. Here, the default DualShock 4 is set. And you can even customize the keys based on your preference. We have audio. Leave it as it is. Let's go to GPU. Here's the main part. Here, the driver is set to the default system driver. You can import or get the turnip drivers from here based on your Snapdragon device. So here I'll import the custom turnip driver based on my device. And this is turnip V32 driver for 8 Elite. Here, async shader compiler is enabled. You can also save the dumped shaders to load the game. Enable full screen. We also have HDR and FSR modes as well. And the best part is, frame generation is available too, guys. With LSFG as the backend for this emulator, and that's it. Mostly, leave everything at default. We also have the Vulkan API settings. Here, enable the pipeline cache, and general Android settings like the built-in package extractor. Here, enable the max performance mode. That's it. Now it's time for the test. I'm very curious because this is the world's first PS4 emulator for Android, to be honest. Yeah. Now let's boot the game. Also, if you are new here, make sure to like this video. Also, subscribe to our channel for more. It's free. Till now, we've seen emulators up to PS3 with RPCS3 or APS3 on Android. But now, ShadPS4 on mobile. Well, the PS3 uses a much more complex architecture, while the PS4 is based on x86-64 hardware, which makes it easier to emulate with custom drivers. But of course, since this is still an early beta, we'll have to see how well it actually runs. All right, and there we go. It's loaded. Now let's start the game.
Well, you've come to the right place. Yarnum is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But first, you'll need a contract.
It's stable. There's no lag in audio. Yeah, right, it got stuck here. It needs more optimization, but it will possibly work in future updates for sure. Only on powerful devices such as the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 or above. I'm still not sure. Even I tried to load this on the system driver. Well, again, the same problem. Now let's boot Sonic Mania. This is probably a very small title that can easily run on low-end Android devices. Here we are getting a stable 60 FPS, which is good. But for now, if you want to try some titles on this emulator, you can try PS4 retro-based graphic titles, which are not very intensive. There are a lot of titles out there, you can just import and play them here. And this emulator works offline. It's not cloud-based or anything whatsoever. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. But honestly, seeing a PS4 emulator running on Android is already insane. And I'm really excited to see how it improves in future updates. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.